I started talking to myself. And I was, because the thing was,
because you get more stuck in your own world, and like your little voice in your head, like it doesn't need to be quiet, so it just talks to itself, and that's probably the bit that makes you spaz.
Yeah, exactly. And so when I started, I wouldn't say what happened was, so I'd be going through this whole thing in my head, and then I'd snap out of it and be like, fuck, dude, I'm actually talking to myself.
Yeah.
And I'd be like,
but sometimes imagine if you never snap out of it, like you're stuck in that, and that's probably what people fear the most. Yeah.
But that's the thing, is that's mental illness. That's caused by people having mental illness previous, or a possibility of it.
Yes.
So like now that I've done,
because that just unlocks. Because doing that unlocks that fucking hidden mental illness. How fucked is that?
The only time people fuck themselves up on psychedelics is the first time they do it.
That's probably true. Yeah.
Minus the people who try to kill themselves.
Baba Booey.
I'll blur that name out. I won't say that.
But like legit though, I don't know, man. Like it can happen.
It can happen at any stage. I don't think it's a certainty of like after you do it the first time you're safe. I think it's like you're on a line, and the amount of time you do it pushes you closer to like an objective, an endless line. But somewhere along that line, it's going to cut you out. It's like a knife's going to come down and chop that line and say bad trip. Exactly. If you have that knowledge, that's like what people do. That's like what people do in dreams. Like they know they're dreaming, so they can just be like, yep, okay, we're good now. And that's exactly what you can do in a bad trip. You can be like, oh, this is a dream, this isn't real, it'll be done in a couple hours, and then you can take advantage of that. So it's actually, fuck.
But like, I feel like acid's definitely a lot more.
It's definitely more intense.
Because it's just so much longer.
It's longer, and it's the extra 4 hours, I think it's 6 hours even, that really tests you. Because the 6 hours is fun. That's a time you're having fun. That's all of shrooms. 6 hours, but then that remaining 6 hours is like, fuck, it's been so long and it's only fucking halfway.
Dude, I watched this video of this person when they were first testing acid in like the 1950s.
I think I saw the same thing. Is this the guy who painted?
Yes.
He painted the face of it? Yeah, I watched the same thing.
That was such a cool video, man. He was vibing though.
He was.
Everyone, all the people around him were like trying to make him have a bad time. Yeah. He was like, this is great.
Yeah, man. that would have pissed so many people off, at the time. But like, dude, that's such a cool video because the fact that he's that strong in the mind enough to be in a serious environment, you got cameras pointing at you, microphones, you can't see any of their faces. Anyone would have a bad trip there, but that guy fucking held strong. He's like, dude, the fucking rug's violet, right? And he's like, no, sir, it's black and white or some shit. I'm like, a black fucking whatever. It was sick. It was a sick video. He was having a great time. He was killing the shit out of that fucking charcoal drawing.
Oh yeah, but he's actually was a drawer. I think that's fine.
Yeah, he was. He was an artist. But yeah, I saw that same video, man, recently. I've been looking into that shit a lot more because we just sort of looked at it. Psychology, we briefed over it, but coronavirus cut it. I think we're talking about conscious. So we're talking about like how mental illnesses like schizophrenia and depression and PTSD can all be cured with fucking psychedelic.
PTSD is the one that really tests.
Yeah.
That really, because that's genuinely like it's like it was stuff with like depression.
Yeah.
Because it's very risky with that stuff, but PTSD, they're actually like they're making massive amounts with that.
Yeah.
And the thing is, the reason why they haven't been like they were getting places back in the time that video was made, but then they just fucking cut everything off. They said,
war on drugs.
Yeah. And there was this whole period where nothing, like, that's why the fucking LSD blew up in, like, what was it, the 60s?
70s, I think.
Some shit like that. But, like, it wasn't, like, being pushed forward to actually be used in a proper way, because obviously...
Yeah. No, it was just banned. It was, like, looked down upon, like, the way heroin is looked down upon now. I'm not saying that heroin is good, but I'm just like, that's the same way it's looked down on. And,
the opioids are actually... physically
that's like fucked up. All of like the lower class of America, I'm pretty sure. All the shit I'm saying is not factual, it's just my opinion.
No, dude.
But it's like, it's all fucking ruined America's system because they like get fucked off a back injury or some shit, and they go from getting opioids from their doctors to turning into heroin addicts when their leg's fixed, or some shit like that.
Exactly.
Because they still need that serotonin fix.
Well, like,
it's fucked up.
A lot of the, like, even Oxy is used.
Isn't that just opioids?
No. Oxy's an opioid, and they use that a lot.
Yeah, man. I got
And
that for my
also-
tonsils.
Yeah,
It's the best. It was so good, man.
nitrous oxide as well, which is NANGs.
Yeah.
That stuff's used a lot in medicine.
Is it?
It's more of like a.
They just
They don't
sell
use
them
it
as
the
like
same thing.
fucking whipped cream,
no.
bro.
But like not in the same way.
It's-
It's just
I
for,
know.
like numbing. It's like
Just innocent grandmas can't buy nangs for their whipped cream cakes because everyone's just going.
you know what I saw recently? All these like American rappers, they all have the whippet things now. The big, the big fucking canisters you use for nangs.
The whippets, the fucking cream
The
cans.
Nanginator
Yeah.
charger thing. I saw like fucking Young
Fucking
Thug
Nanginator.
and Gunna. They're not even doing balloons. They're just doing it straight from the.
Yeah, that's what
They're
you're
posing
doing,
with
man.
these massive like
Yeah,
fucking.
it's
That's
fuck.
like it's
They're
a
making
thing
it
now.
look so
It's
cool.
like the new thing. Yeah, it's
Yeah.
the new thing, bro.
How
Nangs
fucked
are
is
gonna be-
that?
And they call them whippets. They call them
That's
whippets.
so
and-
gay.
I know, but Nangs.
Hey,
probably-
bro, you want to suck my whippet? What the fuck? I guess Nang's not any better.
Yeah,
Hey, you
no.
want to suck my Nang?
Nang.
It's not any better.
It's so Australian though. So Australian.
It is like, you want a fucking Nang?
You fucking Nang.
My fucking
Dude,
pasta
Nangs
Nang.
suck, bro. Nangs suck. The only time I ever will do a Nang is when
Baba Booey.
Oh yeah,
they're so much
that's
better.
when it's like worthwhile.
Yeah.
The other one just makes you feel like you're a fucking junkie dying in an alleyway.
Exactly, man. And it
You're
just
just like-
doesn't last.
You go from like wearing a school uniform to doing fucking
Nangs
names
in a
behind.
Baba Booey.
Like,
It's funny, that's like, dude, that, like, the whole psychedelic thing, I think there's a lot that hasn't, like, I think it will fucking completely change and, like, give it, like,
definitely.
a few decades and
And that's when we'll need it
yeah.
because we'll be old and dying, right? So we'll be like, dude, I got a broken leg now. I just need to go eat some mushrooms to heal it or some shit.
I think mushrooms are the main one. I feel like mushrooms
No,
are way more.
it'll be definitely mushrooms. Acid will be a while because mushrooms are just so much more smooth, bro.
And they're natural.
And they're natural
so
as
that
fuck.
makes it more kind of.
I'll tell you what though, people are also using MDMA, and that's not natural at all. That's fucking cooked up.
MDMA.
But they're using it to fucking heal depression and PTSD as well.
I feel like the bad thing with MDMA though is the come down is so dreadful.
Well, yeah, because it's like sucking up all your serotonin in the
Yeah,
first hour
I
or
wouldn't-
two. I don't know.
I don't think I'll do MDMA. The only time I'll do MDMA is like at fucking schoolies or something. Like I'll only do it
Yeah.
once in my life. I don't think MDMA.
It's another
is
thing
my
you
go-
want to be stuck on.
No, dude, MDMA would suck balls.
Yes,
Tell
sir.
me.
Fair enough. Wouldn't want to be stinged either.
Yeah, 'cause I know you fucking a piece of shit.
I won't. You
Especially
can
'cause I paid
count them
for
and
it.
take a photo of them.
Just count them. I'll count.
You won't remember, bro.
I won't.
You'll be like, dude, it was one more. You'd probably do that to me. You'd be like,
I'm
dude,
not like that,
dude,
bro.
they were
That was sneaky,
16,
bro.
and I'm like, no, they weren't. They were fucking 15. I even took a photo of it. You're like, no, I remember they were 16. You'd do that shit to me.
You would. piece of
I
shit.
would.
You would
I
be a
would.
piece of shit.
I so would.
I don't give a fuck, man. I just don't want to be stick.
I do what I want, bro. I'm a gangster. No. I don't want it.
Pussy-o.
No, I don't smoke.
Shut the fuck up.
I've never smoked in my life.
Dude, if you keep saying that, I'm finna kiss you.
It's finna gay.
That's kind of gay. Oh, I can say gay now.
Why?
Pella didn't like me saying it.
Bro, that's not like a. That's not like an accomplishment. Yay, now I can diss
Finally say
homosexuals
gay.
again. Now I can finally diss homosexuals. Like, shut the fuck up. The fuck up.
Nah, dude.
There's plenty of better things to say.
Yeah, no.
Like,
Well, I don't really say much.
actually, no, gay's pretty good. You can't really be gay. Actually, fuck off, you gay cunt. That just really gets your point across.
Yeah, well, it's a bit of an asshole thing to say if someone was actually.
Well, no shit. If someone was actually gay, you'd feel like a dickhead. Because that's just.
But you never know nowadays, man. Especially with guys, bro. They just. probably
Shut the
half
fuck
of
up.
them
That's
gay,
sus
man.
as. That's
No.
so sus.
Dude, I've had
That's so sus, bro. Dude, I've had sex with a girl, bro. Dude, I
this
swear.
one time, I swear.
Dude, this one time
Yeah.
I squeezed
was-
a girl's boobie, bro. I'm not gay. Yes, it was my mom's, but I'm still not gay. It's oddly specific. I pulled that from a dark place.
Dude, if anyone, bro, you'd be the one who was gay, man.
How would I be the gay one?
Because
Give me one reason.
you dubby thick, and everyone who's dubby thick is
Damn.
gay. It's just how it is, bro.
Damn, bro, that's not a
People
curse.
born
That's a
with
blessing.
Yeah.
Not that being gay is a curse. It's just, it's just
Dude,
how
we're
it
getting
came
into
out.
close territory here.
I know. This is borderline. I am not gonna post this on the internet. Maybe I'll have like a special Patreon following that can just hear this. I should do that actually. That'd be sick. Yeah, dude, if you want to see the uncensored version,
Well, dude, we should do, because Sol has a mic, my mic's right, but I could get my hands on like a few mics.
like
set them
one
up.
we can just walk with. I don't want to be sitting down, bro. I mean, this is a good area to sit down because it's noisy.
Yeah.
You can hear wind and the trees and the birds.
But I tell you what would be fun. You know how the Misfits, they do like a
Baba Booey.
do a podcast. That would be fun. That's what we should do. That.
That'd be pretty chaotic. I don't know if that would
But it would
be.
just be funny. Like we don't even have to do it. It would just be.
It
fun
would
to
be
do.
funny for us.
Yeah, exactly. It would just be.
It
fun.
wouldn't be like it would be. I would like to keep it as like a fun little draft
yeah.
we had, but I don't know if I'd post that because a bunch of people would just like click on it and be like, oh, it's just a fucking bunch.
Baba Booey.
Like,
Facts. Well,
I
isn't
think-
that what we are now?
yeah, but we're like intelligent.
Baba Booey.
We're talking about deep shit.
Dude, Microdose on Shrooms podcast would be great. That's what Joe Rogan and Post Malone did.
Yeah, they fucking streamed out, didn't they?
Yep, and it was
Good
great.
on
It was
them.
the funniest fuck podcast. I enjoyed the shit out of it. I watched almost all
I
of it.
didn't end up watching it
I watched like an hour and a half of it.
because it's 5 hours. I'm like, damn.
Yeah, no, I definitely didn't get close. But I watched an hour and a half of it and I enjoyed it.
It'd be a good listen on Spotify. But he's not fucking on
He
Spotify.
will be though. That's his thing. He's signed to fucking Spotify. He's gonna get cash money.
He will. He's gonna get so much
No,
money.
he already
dude.
has. He got a contract with like, millions of dollars.
He would, dude. He's like the third biggest. I don't know if it's third. I think it's around. It's top 10 at least.
What
In
other
the
podcasts?
US. In the US.
What
Oh,
other-
there's like a lot of weird ones, man.
They're bigger than Joe Rogan.
Yeah. I know.
Really?
I know. But this is in. He like
you
fits our
sure?
community. Yeah. He's our. We're his target audience. There's so many other bigger channels you don't even know about. Like there's probably fucking jewelry channels, like completely not our target market, and we wouldn't hear about it. But they're fucking happening
I
because.
feel like Joe Rogan would definitely. Like he gets millions of views every day.
Oh, 100%. Because there's so many that fits the target audience. It fits between like conspiracy theorists to
Alien,
psychos, aliens,
shit.
not psychos,
But
like people who do
depends on the
drugs,
guest, like
and
Elon
gamers.
Musk, he got
Exactly.
10 million views on the Bruce Wayne
Exactly.
one. And on the Elon Musk one, I bet you it's more.
He's fitting so many target audiences, and he's bringing them together. I'm not trying to suck his cock because I don't rate him as a host that much, but
I think
he's
alright.
a. Yeah, I
watched his
find
Ben
him
Shapiro. Me and
enjoyable.
Bella watched the Ben Shapiro one.
Yeah.
Ben Shapiro, and fuck, Ben Shapiro's a loser.
He's what?
He's a loser.
Oh yeah, I hate to admit it. I mean, he makes great points sometimes,
No,
but
the
some of
thing
them
is
are
he's
just
great
like
at arguing because I was one of
That's
his
true,
little
yeah.
minions when I was like 15.
one of his
I was like,
fucking.
yeah,
What are those
fucking
YouTube
fuck
videos?
homosexuals, man. But like,
Did you like that? That's pretty
okay, it
bad.
wasn't that bad. But like, he's so good at arguing. He can convince
He makes
you
up
about
the most
fucking
factual points, and you're
bullshit.
like, dude, like I was agreeing with that woman at the start, but he just like gave her 10 good reasons why she's wrong.
But like the thing is, right? He goes to like college campuses where cunts are retarded.
Yes.
And he takes advantage of that. Or he goes
Yes,
to
he
little shows
does.
and he takes advantage of femme
Yeah.
rights. Like I'm not alt-left or alt-right.
Yeah.
I have some right-wing views.
Yeah.
Like,
We all do. I think it's a mix, bro.
yeah, no, obviously. But,
It's a
and I
spectrum.
definitely, dude, I love communism. I know it's stupid, but I would love to just fucking go full
I don't
commie.
fuck with that.
Yeah.
I mean,
Just
it's
do
not that
right,
I.
bro.
It's
I
not that I
love-
just like automatically don't fuck with that. I've thought about it in the past, and I'm just like, dude, I don't see how that
The
would work.
ideology
Because
is
people
right,
could
but greed.
do-
Greed is what ruins.
People could do, yeah, it's humanity that ruins it, because they're expecting like a little utopia.
Yeah.
Doesn't happen. Like some dude's gonna be a chef, be getting the same much as a fucking surgeon. Like that doesn't make sense. And people would hate
Well,
that.
I don't think pay. I don't think it's to do with pay. I think it's to do with land, and everyone kind of works. If they work hard, they get, their house, they get their family, and they get
Dude.
fed. And I feel like at the same time I feel like we definitely I hate private schools, man. Private schools suck. You know why? Because we get a fucking complete huge, especially in America and shit, but even here, we get a huge advantage
Yes.
over kids that we only get a huge advantage because of daddy's
Yes.
money. We
Yeah,
don't even
we're
fucking earn
fed
it.
everything, and we don't have a single scratch on our bodies to
And
teach us
fucking-
about life.
Exactly, bro. It sucks.
Like we don't learn any hard lessons from the start. Like a lot of kids don't get fucking laptops for half their high school, and we get it fed it to us since we're babies,
It sucks.
and we have they have to
I just
know.
think everything should be, all schools should be public. I just think that makes sense.
Yes.
And I
Yes.
think they should put a lot of money into public education and make them like obviously it's
all
not
the
gonna be a
same
fucking
level.
private school, but like put it up
It'll
to
be a good
level.
mix between the
And
both.
everyone's like on the same level playing
Oh
field.
man, you're so right. It's so fucked up.
Dude, I can't. But it's just
It's
they
what-
make
it's
rich
why-
richer and the poor poorer.
it's the
That's
most-
The whole thing, man.
It's the most thing I hate about being at my private school. Like, it has gotten me so far. Like, honestly, I've been such a dropkick in my whole school career, and it's because I went to a private school. That sounds like the most stupid thing to say, like the most wow thing to say, but I'm blaming myself for having too much of a cushion to fall on. Like other kids, they wouldn't have had that softer cushion, so they would have had to get back up straight away.
We have so many public school friends, right? And look at, like, no offense, but they're not good at school. Like, name one.
No,
Rex
that's-
is the only one. He goes to a little private school.
No, but they all have their own, like, they all do really well at, like, one thing, I think. Or one subject of theirs they really fucking
But if you
care
put someone
about.
like Woodsy, right? Woodsy looks like he would be smart. If you put him in Xavier,
Yeah.
he would probably do alright.
Yeah. Like,
he-
if they grow up for the first 3 years in public school and then they transfer to
That's what
a high school,
that's what,
I think that's the best thing for your kid to do, honestly.
One of the people that Woodsy's friends with and stuff, who used to go to Campbell High, called
Baba Booey.
Avenel, that's what he did, and he's smart as fuck.
So he
Why don't
went-
put it there?
So he went from public to...
Private.
Yeah,
Xavier.
that's what I'm saying
And
you
he's
should
smart
do.
as fuck. He's really.
That's what I'm saying, because they get toughened up at like year 8 and 7, because they're like, dude, we're not going to help you, the teachers. I'm not saying they don't help you at private schools, I'm saying like, they're not going to help you as much. So those kids have to learn how to study well and shit like that. So then when they go to a
But
private
also,
school,
the same thing is
it's
you
easy as
fall into the
fuck for
trap
them.
of just not doing shit because you don't really have to.
yeah,
All the time you can get away with it.
that's true.
And that's what a lot of the guys would preach for it. You know,
Yeah.
the kids that we know that go to public school, they like, obviously do something, but like I don't know, man. I just think it's really fucking stupid that we have all private schools. I mean, that we have private schools at all. I just think that just doesn't make sense to me.
Yeah, it's fucked. And some kids, I like to think that we're not that, what's the word? Like, we're more mature about that. We're not like rubbing it in people's faces that we go to private schools.
Yeah,
Like some kids do that. Some kids at those schools just fucking like don't even give a fuck. Like they're like, oh, I could fail school if I wanted to.
But
I
still
got
have
plenty of
daddy's
money
business.
to fall
I still
onto.
have daddy's
I know.
business.
And some kids like fall into that and they think they're fine, and that doesn't teach them anything about fucking life. Whereas these kids who actually got to that
But
position
the thing is, right?
are all hard workers.
As soon as those kids who've never had a scratch in their lives, they go into the adult world, and they're not like, it gets to the point where you have to be independent at
Yeah,
some level. And
definitely.
there's probably some kids who don't, like, right? There's probably some rich, like, I know
There's
kids
small
that
amount
will
of
leave
kids.
school and they're still going to be fucking kids their whole life.
Yeah.
Right. But I feel like, you know, some of those rich kids, you know, the Q boys, you know, when they leave and they become independent, that's challenges, like, you'll get
They'll
fucked
rely
up.
on their parents when they're like 35 years old
And like,
and think they're
You
top
know.
shit still, but no one will like them because they're just douchebags. This is so like rude because not all fucking rich kids are like this.
yeah, no, but
Obviously,
it's just-
some are fucking.
But some will
sick
crumble,
cunts.
crumble under pressure.
Yeah,
Probably
100%.
because they've just never been under that kind of shit. I'm not saying they're bad, it's just, I don't know, I just feel like there's a lot of kids that I know that, you know, private school kids that have, you know, they've had their fair share of XYZ, and they'll be able to be independent because of that, because
Yeah.
they've learned independence from a young age, or they've had
Yeah.
to go through something
Private
and deal
school,
with it on their
like
own.
those kids can go through some tough shit. Like I feel often in those families, I don't want to group and say they're all this, but I'm saying
Yeah,
like
there's definitely
some of those parents and families have terrible, like they're not healthy because they're all, I don't know, I'm not going to get into it, but that some kids go through that at private schools. They
And,
deal
like,
with that.
I just think, honestly, that obviously
Not
there's just
me,
a higher
but-
concentration of douchebags, rich, posh douchebags at private schools than there are public schools.
Yeah.
There's definitely some at public schools, right? There's probably...
Oh, yeah, that's even more obnoxious.
Yeah, dude.
They're just like rubbing it in every classmate's face.
They got their AirPods in, and they've got their
Yeah.
Louis Vuitton
I'm thinking of someone right
jackets.
now.
Yeah.
I'm going to say it, but I'm going to bleep it out. Fucking
Baba Booey.
Yeah, that's exactly what I
Yeah.
was going to say.
right. I'm like, dude, yeah, you got a Supreme jacket, but
bet you
your
live-
parents could have paid for your education rather than your Supreme jacket, which
You
will
know,
probably
it's pretty
fucking
funny.
end up crying all over and taking down his market
I
value.
bet you what happens is he goes into his little 4-foot apartment,
Oh, dude,
for-
I reckon it's
and
one
he
of
would
those
just-
cubicle. Oh, are you saying after he leaves his house?
No, he probably just lives in this little piece
Nah,
of
dude, I reckon his parents, they live in those little box cutter houses that are all the fucking
But
copy
he just
paste.
has, like, Louis Vuitton fucking all this shit in his room. It's just like
Yeah.
thousands of dollars.
Dude, that could have been your education, man.
Yeah.
And imagine your parents spent that on you rather than your education. That's how much of a fuck they give about you. That is depressing. Not saying him specifically, I'm just saying, clarifying a lot this episode. Gotta be safe. Don't want to piss people off.
I don't know, man. But yeah,
Weird.
well,
Definitely weird.
okay, this is going to be a section that I do not want in this, by the way.
Damn.
Sorry, man. Personal stuff. But obviously,
Yeah, no, if it's personal,
we gotta do the.
Damn,
it is
bro.
what it is.
Damn, that's fucking facts of 2020.
Dude, legit.
It is what it is.
But I don't think I'll lose her. I think she'll. That's just the end of a chapter, not the end of the book.
That is the most narcissistic thing I've ever heard someone say. It'll be a chapter in my autobiography someday.
I meant it metaphorically. Not
I know.
actually right.
I'm taking the piss. I'm taking the piss.
I did say that. I said that exact thing to her though about the
Just
chapter.
taking the piss.
And she looked at me quite funny.
What? You gotta name the chapter.
Baba Booey. Baba Booey.
Ooh, nah, that's gay.
Baba Booey.
It sounds like a name for your furry child porn or some shit.
I remember
Baba Booey.
the first
Came
time
up to
ever.
Raptor Deadshort.
I went on
Raptor.
Tinder for the first time in my life.
Oh,
It
bro.
sucks, bro.
It's so
sucks.
bad.
Dude, you can't even see who likes
It's so
it.
bad.
And you run out of swipes.
It's the biggest marketing scam I think of our
Dude, it
generation.
sucks, bro. It
Half the
sucks.
shit is like, oh,
Pay for
you
it.
want to properly get laid? You're gonna fucking have to pay for it, bro. That's just like paid porn. That's literally what you're paying for a Brazzers account, bro. You're better off. It's so much cheaper. Like you're like, oh, I can get 20 more swipes if I spend $8 and get the pro. So many ladies are gonna want to fuck me.
Yeah.
Dude, what the fuck? That is literally what
Sucks,
it is.
bro.
It's so bad.
It sucks, man. Dude, Tinder sucks, bro. I gave up on that shit like within 2 hours.
Yeah. I'm not that long. Normally it gets me like I go for like 2 days before I'm like, dude, what the fuck am I doing? I'm like swiping
bored.
through women like I'm a fucking caveman. No, bird, fuck, smash, bad. Like, seriously, what kind of fucking man cum machine is that?
Dude, you know what's funny? Because when you talk to
That's why I
them, it's
think
always
women
the
are secretly
worst.
trying to take over. They're capturing all our sperm and are going to turn them.
Jesus Christ.
That's why more women are teachers. Because they're going to teach the next generation that men are bad and then they kill us. It's just a game theory, though.
It's just a gamer theory.
That's just... Nah, I'm not going to say anymore. I'll get fucking...
The femos will
Get
come
fucking
after you.
banned for game theory. They'll sue me for assuming feminist.
Nah, bro, you go to like, what's the BuzzFeed?
Oh,
Yeah,
man.
There's so many femo videos there. It's quite funny.
I don't want to say femo. That just sounds bad.
Just alt
Yes.
wing feminists.
Yeah.
And like,
Ew.
I'm not against feminism anyway. Like, if you're trying to make it equal,
Yes.
then
Thank you.
fuck yeah, like, go for
I saw
it,
the
dude.
funniest
All the
clip.
power to you.
I saw the funniest clip that said, this is like the new age of feminism. This is how it's seen. This guy comes up to a woman. He's like, can a woman do anything a man can do? She's like, yep, absolutely. And he's like, can a man do anything a woman can do? She's like, nope. She's just like, nope. Women can do whatever men do, but men can't do what women can do. And that's like, that's where they can't fucking go well. They can't like grow their...
No one's gonna
They can't grow their message because of these stupid ass bitches who are like, yeah, women can do what men can do, but men are weaker than women. Like, it's not fucking equality at that stage.
But
That's
the
just
thing
like
is-
you being an asshole because of fucking society.
Yeah,
That's
and
not
the
me.
feminist things I listen to, right? Like I have, and like I have actually tried. I've tried,
Hmm.
and like I agree with a lot of their points, right?
Yes.
And if you have a conversation, if you're not argumentative, like if you go full aggressive and you go like, fucking rape.
Yeah.
Like, all men are rape.
Yeah.
Shit like that. But
You're not going to
even-
get anywhere.
but
Like,
even if
we're
you're
not even
making-
going to listen to that if you're just going to start with
Even if
that.
you're making a good point, I'm not
Yeah.
gonna fucking listen to you if you're screaming at me, telling me I'm an asshole.
Yeah.
Okay.
Like, I'm trying to fucking talk to you. Like, that's
Like-
where conversation grows and people learn, is
If you're
when
nice
two
about it,
people
I'm gonna listen.
connect. Even though they're disagreeing with each other, they're not fucking fighting. They're both learning off what they say and responding.
And there's so many different perspectives. Obviously,
I just
girls and
defined
artists
discussion. That's what it fucking is, and these people can't have those.
and that's because the thing that sucks with media,
Ah, dude, we're getting into a media talk. Fuck yes,
dude. The
dude.
thing that sucks is that that's what's put out. Like, I feel like there's definitely like sways in the media that left, right?
Mhm.
You see it, like it's you go on your Insta story and it's a bunch of feminist shit, right?
Yep.
That's cool. Whatever. All the power to you. But it just gets to the point where if you're spamming it every day with the same kind of aggressive, like,
Yep.
fuck men shit,
Yeah.
that I just get sick of it.
You've already lost
I'm not-
half
I
your
just-
audience. Like,
Yeah.
if you fucking yell at a show, fuck men, get the fuck out men, half the fucking group is gone. And they can't hear your story, so why the fuck would they agree with you?
And, like, you can be outraged.
Because we're not even going to
Like,
listen.
if people are outraged, cool, man. Like, but do it if you're really outraged and you really want to do something about it.
Mm.
Fucking have a proper conversation, because that's something that will change it. Screaming at someone is not going to change
Yes.
anything. You're still going to be outraged. You're going to stay outraged. But if you
Dude, that could be
try-
said for not even just like the feminist man discussion. That could be said for any topic in politics. There's some people in politics that just have that baby mentality and won't even like consider talking because their ego's that big. They're just like, oh well, it doesn't agree with my policy, so fuck off. That's
And
That's
like people
honestly what
grow up
happens.
in, like even people with like the worst opinions, right? Like you think of Nazis. Like I understand it's fucking terrible perspective, but people are just brought up like that, man. You gotta if you're gonna actually convince someone. Like if I was trying to fucking tell a Nazi that, dude, black guys are chill, bro. Like I wouldn't be like, you fucking piece of shit. Like is that gonna change anything?
No.
Like is he gonna fucking change?
no, he's gonna be
No.
like, oh fuck that guy.
Like he is a piece of shit, right?
Yeah.
But I'm not gonna change his point of view by completely ignoring his perspective and his life. Like every person has a
That's not how
story.
you win an argument. You gotta put yourself in their shoes.
And like, if
And then
feminists,
see
right,
it.
if people like, if all those people that put shit on their story, right, if what they did was, if they tried, they just try to convince one person or two people, if all the feminists, like, in a proper way, if they, if I responded to one of their stories and I was like, oh, I don't know, I don't really back this.
Mhm.
If this person didn't just say, what the fuck, man, like, how blah, 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 and if she was
Yeah.
like, look,
Why?
here's my point of view.
Why don't you back it? Tell
Yeah,
me.
exactly.
And then you'll tell her, and she can either
And then
agree
you can
with
have
it
a
or disagree
yeah,
with
exactly. And maybe then you can get something. You can show me your perspective that shows me this new thing, and I'm like, oh.
it. That's what I kind of liked about the recent thing that was happening, like with the Turkish women. I don't know exactly what it was, but you know what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
They posted black and white. I thought that was like a decent thing to do because it wasn't like in your face. It was just a solemn nod, like that they support it.
Yeah.
And it was like I respected it. I didn't have any problem with it. I don't think.
But there are some people who just do it to be trendy or to
Oh,
post a
yeah.
good picture of themselves, which was quite annoying.
Yeah. See, that's where it's just like, like
Damn, taking
yeah,
advantage of.
going good for the Turkish women, but you got like your fucking tits out. Like what? I wish.
The
I don't
one
know.
thing-
Boys do the exact same thing. Definitely.
Yeah.
Like they're like either pose in front of their car or have their fucking dick out. Like, hey man, I fucking love gay people. Love me, okay? Love me for loving gay people.
Yeah, exactly. They do it so they feel like they have moral
Oh, the
superiority.
worst, I'm definitely not going to name names, but the worst is when they take away from fucking men's depression and do that shit. Hey everyone, I'm depressed. Now, let's spread love between depression, but mostly give me love, because I'm depressed and I need love. That's the shit that it's like,
Sucks, dude. And the
that
thing
really
is-
pisses me off so much. It's like, dude, some people are going through that, and you're just like taking advantage of it because your fucking parents don't love you.
And then there's things like where people be like, oh, you're using mental health as like a counter argument to my feminism or whatever. And I'm like, look,
Fair enough.
Fair.
I want to
But-
say,
but like at the same time, that if you're treating this stuff like it's just an argument, and you're just trying to
Yeah.
win the argument, that's
Yeah.
when you lose.
yes.
That's when you go wrong. If you're trying to win the argument, if that's you're trying to make someone feel morally inferior to you,
Uh-huh.
if that's your goal, then you've already completely lost your purpose.
Yeah. Because that's not the point of
You're
a
like-
discussion.
You shouldn't make that point, you're just trying to blah blah blah. Like, dude, like,
But that's the problem because some people do use that as an excuse. So they have every right to believe that because some people, if you're talking to your fucking mum and she's giving you a hard time because you're like, haven't done shit for like the past month or some shit, and you're just like, Mom, I'm depressed, leave me alone. Like, that's not the fucking same thing.
Legit though.
Like, they just use that as an excuse to get away with it, and instantly their parents are taught that, dude, if they're mentally okay, just be cool with them. So their mum will be like, oh fuck, okay, sorry son. And it doesn't help anything, and they're like, just use that as an excuse to get out of anything.
You know what I've realised over time, as my friends have gone, you know, some people have taken the route of medication for like mental illness.
Yeah.
I think it is so over-medicated, it's ridiculous. Even with something like ADHD,
Damn.
Ritalin is given out like fucking candy. And
Yeah.
Ritalin can be like seriously addictive. And I get that.
I'm pretty sure it's like the same shit as heroin.
Dude, no, it's speed, bro. It's
Oh,
speed.
speed. Okay.
It's the same kind of shit as speed.
Right.
I've never tried speed. I've tried Ritalin, and
I've never tried Ritalin.
yeah, dude, it's not like.
I never wanted
And
to get
obviously,
into
some
it.
people need it, right? Like some people genuinely need that shit.
Oh yeah.
You know, but there's some
Yeah.
people out there who don't.
I have
fucking
mates
need
who
it.
like use it responsibly
Yeah,
and stuff
but,
like that.
like someone like Mason, right? He actually
Dude,
needs
now I
it.
have to blur his name.
I mean, I don't think he'd really care. I'm not saying anything bad about it.
Maybe.
But
Go,
he-
continue.
he's someone that I see that would genuinely need it.
Yeah.
I can't let that out.
He's pretty fucking retarded, so he would
No, he
fucking
just
need
seems
it.
like he's very agitated sometimes.
No, he.
He's a bit fidgety.
No.
He feels a little bit of this.
No. He's good. He's cool.
No,
he's
I
good.
love Mason.
I
But
know,
like
I
that's
know.
someone that I can be like, okay, take your fucking reel and enjoy it, right?
Yeah, he's safe as fuck with it. Like,
Mm.
he's the most organized kid, I reckon, because of it. And that's the thing. Like, if they're doing it responsibly, they know exactly when to take it at each time of the day. You have to be so organized to do that.
Yeah.
And that's probably a upside to medication.
Yeah, well, shit.
But yeah, it is dished out pretty easily. You could.
I
I
could
don't
get
wanna say-
myself Ritalin.
I don't want to
Right
say
now,
easily get ADHD because I feel so bad for the people that take it and actually need it,
Yeah.
and then they get a bad name for it.
But I just think that honestly, there should be a lot more. You put ice blocks in the.
Baba Booey.
Yeah, man. I knew what I was doing.
Melting now, sad time. Nah, but I do think that it is very, and there's obviously the same stuff, you know, happens with obviously like opioids and all that. So you really
yeah, we
gotta be
talked about
careful.
that.
So I don't know. I think that there definitely should be a lot more. I think they have. I think they've made steps. And oh, sorry, what we're going on is like antidepressant, like antidepressants.
Oh yeah,
right?
we moved to Ritalin. Yeah, antidepressants.
Antidepressants. I think that they're a really scary thing because if you're dependent on
Being
something,
happy.
being happy on a pill, then that
Yeah.
just completely like you like because I know like people that never get off those, they never will, and that there's not the way. Like I personally don't think that's the way to deal with
No.
depression, and like.
That's just an opinion.
And it just sucks that, you know, people first take it, you know, they're giving it like it's fucking nothing.
I really can't talk about it because is that a fucking snail on you? No. What is that fucking snake? Anyway.
It's dead now.
I can't talk about it. Like, I have no authority to talk about this because I have never done it before in my life, and I've never relied on it, and I just can't talk about it. I have no right to talk about
You know
it.
what's a good interview to watch if you know nothing?
And I don't
is
want to say but.
Tom Cruise
Yeah.
had this great interview where he talked all about this, and it was really good. Like, I never thought I would be like, damn, Tom Cruise kind of got that
Really?
IQ, but he does, man. He went a bit hard, he went a bit harsh, but still, he made some great points on that, which is kind of the shit that I'm saying. And
I don't know about Tom Cruise though, man. I just don't trust him at all, especially because of that fucking society. What was that shit?
dude, he's
Like
whack, bro.
It's not Christianity. It's a fucking socialism. No.
Socialism?
No, that sounds like the fucking Nazi shit, isn't that?
Yeah. Well,
No,
not
it
really.
wasn't
It's
that.
like a
It was,
lesser version.
dude. No. What was his thing? Dude, it's fucked. I can't believe I don't remember this. It's like a society, bro.
It's the
I'm gonna get like
society.
FBI on me just looking this up.
What?
Tom Cruise religion?
Tom Cruise's religion.
Scientology.
Scientology.
Dude, I gotta fucking wipe my history. I feel
Well,
like.
I know nothing, but I'm guessing Scientology is just the belief in science over like something like religion.
No, I think it's something deeper than that. I don't want to talk about it because I saw a documentary about it like 3 years ago, so I know barely anything about it. But I think it's like a serious cult, and You have to look it up because it's so interesting and
Really?
freaky. Yeah.
Scientology
And
is a
Tom
cult?
Cruise was behind all of it. Dude, I'm gonna get sued for the shit I'm saying and get like killed by the FBI.
Hey, bro. But dude, I'm telling you, that interview that he did. If you look up like, I don't know, like antidepressants Tom Cruise interview, something like that.
Oh, the one you were talking about
Yeah.
before I interrupted with that
Yeah.
retarded shit.
I think that is a great interview to watch.
Okay.
If you want to educate yourself on that stuff a little
Okay.
bit, like introduce.
I'll educate myself on that. You do the Scientology one.
Scientology.
Fuck.
Okay.
You got a deal.
Dude, how can Scientology just sounds like it's like a
Dude, I don't want to talk about it. I feel like it's fucking gonna get murked by the fucking Illuminati.
Is Illuminati real though?
Nah. Oh. Dude, I don't even want to talk about it. It's fucking freaking me
No,
out.
but like, I feel like there are definitely like underground shit with people in power that it wouldn't be your fucking actors. They wouldn't be the main guy.
Am I normal skin color? I can't even tell, bro.
You just it's cold, so the blood goes to your extremities. I did pee. I know this.
Damn. It's
It's
crazy.
gonna be in your hands soon and your toes.
It's
and
in
your
my
nose,
fucking toes.
and your
And my nose,
ears.
yeah. Not my
Maybe
ears.
your
My
ears.
ears are warm.
Sometimes it is. Oh, well, 'cause you have a hoodie on, dickhead.
Yeah.
But yeah, no.
Damn. You just like saved my life. I was gonna have a cardiac arrest.
Wait, I'm gonna look at the.
No, I'm not
No,
judging
it's-
fucking
I
women on
actually went-
Tinder. I actually fucking hate Tinder. Yeah, I'll release the pilot episode tonight.
Pilot episode.
Yeah. It's basically what it is. You don't even say anything bad, so you don't need to worry.
No, I'm
It was
fine.
mainly Rappo, because I had those two terrible jokes. There was one about, he said, we were talking about the year 12 jumper, and he says, I hate black. And I was like, Rappo cancelled? And then he did another one where we're talking about the river, and I'm like, dude, he's like, just jump in, but I said, just jump, and quoted that, and I said, Rappo cancelled again?
I saw that was
Yeah.
early in the podcast.
Yeah.
Oh,
Dude, your camera's fucked.
yeah, it sucks, man.
Alright, I better turn this off. Alright. See ya, boys.